recreational part of it blanks you out. It's an escape.
Mm.
If you're using it to achieve something, then its purpose has a greater result than just saying, okay, yo, let's kick back and smoke some trees. That's not it. We're not using it properly. We're not using the ayahuasca properly, the peyote properly. We're not using the mescalito properly. We're escaping from what it is it was supposed to be meant to do, and that is to trick us back into that place of peace, that place of harmony that gives us the joy that allows our hearts uh, to to engender what the soul was supposed to accomplish. So I would say be very circumspect when you use the cannabis and use it for a purpose and not just to escape.
Indeed. Thanks for the question, Sean.
Of course, of course. Thank you guys. Thank you guys.
Brother. All right. Let's get to the next caller. Dream JB. What's going on? B.
Hey, how are you? Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Uh, Brother Rich, I just want to say those 7 sacred prayers have changed my life.
Oh,
And I just
wonderful.
thank you for using your God power and being open and available. And I say I allow every day. And
Oh,
I
excellent.
appreciate you, brother. And that just
Thank
put
you.
me on a whole nother level. And Dr. Phil Valentine, I mean, and people who ain't got the set, like, buy it. Buy the God power now. I'm telling you, do not hesitate and don't blink on it. And Dr. Phil Valentine, I mean, I've been watching since you was talking about Malcolm X and Obama, okay?
Mhm.
Like that is,
That's
and
gonna come
I
out
hope
soon. It's gonna come out soon.
that's what I'm
Get
talking
ready.
about. I'm ready. And so I appreciate you so much, Baba, and you are a huge part of my life and me growing my mind. And my question is that I've always meditated, but I've been super focused on trying to quiet those things in my mind that are distracting me. And I think I remember you saying that there was certain things that like it'll be there, but how do you make it quiet? And so specifically for me, I wanted to ask, what are some things I can do to quiet those things as I'm meditating and trying to focus?
Mhm,
Well, it's a great question. We
mhm,
teach this in our university, by the way, for
mhm.
those of you who wish to join our university. What happens is you are resisting because you're paying attention to the catalog that you've created called memory. There are memories of certain things, even the most superficial things are clocked into your memory because they have an effect on the brain in such a way as to say, okay, this experience is superficial, so I'll put it in the superficial pile. This
Hmm.
has real meaning right now, so I'm gonna put it in the real meaning pile. So what has happened now is when you're trying to still that, thoughts are things. They are alive. They are breathing, living, radiating, throbbing things. And they seek a fulfillment based upon the emotion that was put into them or the thoughts of I would say feelings and desires.
Hmm.
All of them are there, and what happens when those thoughts that have the greatest impact based on the greatest impact of experiences, they tend to come up and want to nurse from your attention.
I
Your
see.
attention become the breast that they want to nurture from. So they'll come up in your mind as soon as you say, okay, all right, the children are asleep. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to sit back and have my day. All of a sudden, you start hearing, nah, man, man, and you're in this place, you're saying, is the stove off? Or, no, did I pay the bill? And what's happening
Exactly.
is that these thoughts that actually occupy your conscious state are so embedded and so have become such an addiction that you have this unconscious need to actually have thoughts to chew on because no thoughts means that you're not alive because you've become inebriated by so much thinking that you feel you can't do without it and you need those thoughts to say, well, I must be alive. If I'm not thinking about something, something is wrong with me. So what
Hmm.
happens? What you do is when you go into the meditative state, you let everything yell and scream, but you don't pay attention to them. In other
Okay.
words, you don't give the attention to the thing you think is important to think about. Like, what is the most potent thing in your mind right now? What is the thing that's worrying you the most? Write that
Mm.
down. What's the most thing that you said is the most important thing that you feel it will affect you? Write that down. Am I having a disease? Write that down. I don't feel good with my headaches. Write these things down. Before
Okay.
you go into meditation, these things will become conscious things, not unconscious things coming into your mind to bother you because you're
Okay.
looking at them now. They're real for you. Okay, I have this thing, this problem that's been bugging me, and this problem that's bugging me is doing A, B, and a third to me. I'm looking at it and I'm saying, you know what? I know what that is, and I know what it's not going to be in this moment. And you're looking at all the things that are not, and then all of a sudden, once you know them and you articulate them, you go into this space and then they rush in. And they're like crickets. You ever been at night and you hear crickets, you don't know where they really are?
Absolutely.
That's it. So when those thoughts come, just sit back and watch them. What you are doing now is you're becoming more married and more intimate with what we call the observer, because the
Mm.
observer is the only thing there is. We
Mm.
allow our thoughts to circumvent what the neutral observer essentially is what it's doing. So we think that, let me just not rant on because I want to do this. Here, sister,
Okay.
when you're thinking a thought and it comes in your mind and you can
Yes.
actually hear the music or hear the voice or see the thing, what is the thing that's seeing and hearing it?
You just blew my mind. Hold on one second.
There you go.
That's it.
See,
Okay.
you see that you're not really your thoughts. You've been made to believe you are your thoughts because you behave in accordance with those thoughts. You change your emotion, you act a certain way because they rule you. But the thing that's looking at those thoughts, that's you, not the thoughts that you're looking at. Okay? So when the time comes and you go into meditation, sister, know
Hmm.
that what you're looking at is not real. It's just a replay. And you can switch it off at any time by not paying attention to what's on the screen.
You just blew my mind, and I can't wait to get off here just to meditate. I'm looking forward to it this evening. Thank you
Invitation.
so much.
You're
I just put
welcome.
that in my toolbox. I
Mm.
All
cannot
right.
wait to exercise that. Thank you so much,
You're much
Brother
welcome.
Rich. I appreciate you, Dr. Phil Baba. Thank you so much.
All right.
Much
Take care,
welcome.
Dream.
Take care.
Peace.
All right. Peace. All right. Let's keep it moving. To C Master. C Master, what's good, brother? What's your question?
Peace and blessings, y'all.
Yes,
Thanks for
sir.
having me.
Yes.
Gratitude, gratitude.
Yes, sir.
Ah, one question. For those specially gifted individuals, at what point will we access full full access to those will we have full access to those abilities? In regards to like a time frame or a portal or a particular alignment.
Well, it depends on what your sensibility is. What is your receiver capability? What is your receiving capability? How
Mhm.
open are you to become aware and vigilant as to when that download happens? When is it that you feel that you are vulnerable, the most vulnerable? Because that's the time when the download comes. When you're in fighting mode, you're in a whole other mode right now. You're in active mode. Yeah.
Right.
But
No, I
when
get it.
you're vulnerable, that's the time when it's like, do I trust? And that's the big thing right now. It's very, very hard to trust anyone or anything today. And that's what they want. They want distrust. They want us to distrust each other. They want us to distrust the news, because every time it happens, they want you to believe it, and then after you believe it, what happens? It isn't true. So you're
Right.
addicted to this loop. So I feel that you have some deep, deep background. You have a deep spiritual background. I could sense that.
Ashe.
Yeah, that it may have gone through ancient Kemet via the Israelite, Hebrew Israelite energy. I'm not sure, but I'm
Very
saying,
similar.
yeah, I'm not sure, but I'm just saying to you that the fighting mode prevents. One is in fighting mode. That means you're in fight or flight defensive mode. But when you are ready to receive, you cannot be in that frame of mind. You cannot be in the sense of anxiety that takes over the part that actually receives that download, you have to be in a Ma'atian state of mind where you're not worried about anything or anyone. And when you become to that state of calm and you're not giving anything else importance over that, then you'll receive, brother. True that.
Copy.
All
Got
right.
it. Got it.
Th-
I've
th-
I've I've I've, I've figured it out a little bit, somewhat.
thank you
Thanks,
for the
brother.
thank you for the question, brother. All
Appreciate
right. Peace, brother. All right. All right, great question so far tonight, family. Once again, I'm live with Dr. Phil Valentine. We're doing a Q&A with the people. If you want to ask your question, the link is pinned at the top of the chat. Uh,
Can I take a minute to send you my wife's
indeed.
yeah, hang on a second. You could shut off my I could shut off my screen, right? Is
Yeah.
should I cut off my Yeah, let me where's my screen? Stop cam for a second. All
Oh,
right. Sorry about this, Pam. Let me just do this for Brother Rich.
all right. All right. While Doc gets that together, shout out to everybody listening. Doc's about to get something to show us real quick. Shout out to everybody in the back waiting. We got about 2,900 people on here. What's going on with y'all? We had some good questions so far today. Some real
Yeah.
good questions. And shout out to everybody who called in up to this point. And yeah, I'm learning a lot. The last question, well, the question about the meditation and the thoughts, Phil said some things that I needed to hear. That question about anxiety was powerful. I mean, it's just all a lot of thought provoking questions tonight. So I know y'all enjoying it. And yeah, we're gonna just keep it moving. Shout out to the sister who benefited from the seven sacred prayers. Make sure y'all get the workshop. Virtual workshop is going out October 27th with Dr. B. Serious and Billy Carson. Blueprint for God Power 2. I'm going to have Billy Carson on Friday, matter of fact. He will be back Friday, but make sure you get your ticket if you haven't gotten your ticket. As you can see from that sister, people are benefiting immensely just from the bonus content. And we didn't even get to the main thing yet. Just from the bonus content, people are benefiting immensely. So, yeah, I'm glad that was the whole purpose. That was my mission, and I'm glad mission accomplished. Happy for that.
Okay.
Yeah, go ahead, Doc.
Yeah. There is a what we call a pre. This is for the people who wish to put their names in. The name of it is New Life from Near Death, and let me just send that over to you right now. And the I'm sorry, hold on. The cover is in the yeah, the cover is in there. Yeah, there it is. Okay, you have it. Let me get back to you.
You emailed it to me?
Yes, I emailed it.
Okay,
I
okay.
don't know. I don't know how to do it any other way.
Yeah, I'm gonna get it now. I'm gonna get it now. I see. Yeah. Oh, this is a beautiful cover. Oh man, yeah, I like this, Doc.
Yeah, I designed it.
Yeah, that's nice. Oh, this is nice. Yeah, this is gonna be a good one, yo. Hold up.
You you have no idea, boy. That book is
Let
a page turner.
Let me just share the screen real quick.
Hmm.
Yeah, y'all see that there? Wait, let me hold up. New life. Okay, I'll let you read it, Doc. I'm sorry.
Yeah, New Life from Near Death: How to Prepare Your Life and Health for the Unexpected. Remember, just to give you a preliminary, Dr. Lalani passed away temporarily in my arms, and just to give you the whole scenario, I don't want to give you too much of it, but with what she was afflicted, nobody knew. They had to send away to different research labs to find out what was really wrong. And because of her life and the way she lived her life, The doctor said she would not have survived had she not lived the way she lived.
Wow.
And what happened was she went through. I don't want to give you the whole thing, but it is. I mean, it's a page turner. I'll tell you. Even I was really moved by it. My wife can write her behind off, and so she weathered the storm, took the most volatile methods against my wishes. She did it, and that's why you saw me. I cut my hair off. We went bald together, the whole 9 yards. And because of what she did before that, they said that this thing triggered came directly off of. It was hidden in her DNA, and it was not something that they found before earlier. This was something that just popped out of nowhere. Even the doctors, even I was surprised. So when I revived her and called her back, and she fought, and I'll tell you, you ain't gonna read another page turner like this. And the people who are going to be doing her publishing said that they're gonna put her on the New York Times bestseller list. But we want to do our own work first to get the people to know her journey and what she did, what she learned. So got put together. Well, the people who are working on the book took my idea, and I just took it to the next stage and interfaced her into that. And there you have the cover.
Mm. Wow. Can't wait to have Dr. Nalani on the show, family. Prepare so they could get on a list, you said.
Yeah, there is a link there I sent with you as well, and you just put that link there. I'm not sure what it's about because she said it's a book link. It's in my email, so I guess
Yeah.
she sent it to me to give it to you all. I really don't know what's in it yet because she just put that together. So if there's something there, you could either pre-order or there's something there having to do with the book, a breakdown. And she has all of what she did to survive this particular trial. She's putting into a work program that she will be invited in. She will be. Oh no! Get out of here! A little mosquito came in there. Yes, she will be uh, laying out a whole program and how to survive. In other words, how to prepare your life and health for the unexpected. She's setting down the plans, what worked for her, and like I said, coming back from death. And you have to be there as a person. You have to see somebody you love dying in your arms and understand what I mean. Hopefully it never happens for any of those. To revive and bring her back. But she's a fighter, and you'll find out how much of a fighter in that book.
Excellent. I
Hmm.
just posted the link in the chat. I will also put it in the description of the video now that I have it in email.
Hmm.
Yeah, amazing story, Doc. Amazing story. Let's wait, how do I put it down? Okay. Let's get to another question. Let me get
Yeah,
to this brother here. Reese Jordan, what's up, man? What's happening, brother? You got a question, my brother?
get your mic on.
You on mute. I don't think he knows he's live. All right, brother, we gonna have to come back to you. All right, brother, you gotta make sure you got it together. No, can't wait, brother. Can't wait. All right, let's get to the next call. Tomio. Tomio Shaka, what's good, brother? Can't hear you. Can't hear you. Come on, family. Y'all gotta have it together now, family. I told me I'm gonna have to get back to you, my brother. I'm gonna have to get back to you, my brother. Yeah, I can't hear you. Gonna have to get back to you. Let's get to Shamira. Shamira, what's going on, Shamira?
Hi, how are you?
All right, how you doing?
So this is my very first time honestly going to your live. I just recently watched you and Sister Myra when you guys were talking about the twin soul connection. That was my very first time watching it and I watched it today.
Excellent.
And I feel like I was drawn to it because from my highest consciousness and my highest power, I know I'm meant to be here to teach and guide as well.
Mm.
But because I definitely do have a lot of spiritual guidance, that downloads within me that I want to share with people or want to share with the world. And I'm just trying to figure out ways that, I can go about doing this, go about becoming a master guider and a master teacher and stuff like that.
Well, what is it that makes you happy when you do it?
What makes me happy is that I can bring a new perspective than what's happening right now in the world. It makes me happy that I can give people hope and a new like ground that the your life does not have to be as hard as it seems or as hard as people come before you. It just makes me feel like happy. It makes me feel like I'm doing what I need to do. It makes me feel powerful. It makes me feel like I am, of my highest power and my highest good when I'm doing it.
Well, I would suggest that possibly if you are of the mind, that you could join us at our university because at our university we hone such talents. We allow such people to be able to understand that particular gift because it's a gift to want to help others. It's not just something that we will end up wanting to do. It's already dug within us, but those who have mined that part of themselves, that's a very special thing. So, in order to hone and understand what you're getting ready to get into, I would suggest possibly that you go to www.uksnow.org and just browse around our university's website, check out our testimonials, and see what it is that other people achieved. We've had people from NFL, NBA, music, all superstars, and we've had regular people, truck drivers, mothers, and so forth. And so, if you have a special calling that you feel within you, that maybe will help you to actually to hone what that is that you want to do, because we cover the gauntlet, and part of what it is you heard me speak about as far as meditation, that is part of the curricula.
Right.
Indeed.
And to be honest, I don't know if your university costs money, but I don't have the finances or the means to be able to pay for that. So I kind of have to do mine with no money, start mine just by posting my voice, and I have to start from the bottom. You
Well,
know what I mean?
I tell you this: when we have, if we have 10 students, we do give we do have when we do have 10 students or more, we do have a scholarship.
Mm.
Indeed.
So sign
Uh,
up.
yeah, indeed. And yeah, get active on social media, sister. Post, post, post. Get your
Yeah,
name out there, all right? Post, and the people will resonate and vibe with you if if the message is talking to them.
yeah.
All right, thank you for the call, all right?
Okay, thanks.
All right, peace. Let's get to the next caller, Danny Tarver.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I do. Yes.
I said, you said get to know. I said me. Okay,
Mhm.
let's do it. Thank y'all for existing and, us being in this space with each other, this virtual space. Shout out to the family. Shout out to you, Dr. Phil Valentine. I started watching when I was like 16 or 14. And I'm 25 now. But I got a question. I wrote it down. Uh, it basically, and Brother Rich, you was just such a phenomenon. Like everything that you put out, it's just awesome.
Thank you,
So
sister.
thank y'all for y'all work and y'all existence. But so I'm really like focusing on my dreams lately. My question is, um, how like finding the message in my dreams and how does that relate to having a life path number 22? Because I've had some dreams and it was kind of crazy because like the last two dreams I had, well, not the last ones, but I've had two dreams where I've experienced a dream with my sister at the same time, and then my boyfriend that I'm dating, we experienced the dream at the same time. So I'm trying to, decipher more of what my dreams are telling me and how does that relate to my life path number 22.
Well, to first and foremost, you have to distinguish whether the dreams are just recalls of experiences recodified by the particular emotions that you went to bed with.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of times, we have this feeling that somehow our dreams, which are telling us things, are actually just the food we ate right before we went to bed, giving us a confusion or giving us a potpourri of a whole lot of things that happen to us.
Mhm.
To do dreams, to do a definitive, what we call dream walk,
Mhm.
a definitive dream walk. First of all, you have to have cleared your mind in such a way that you dictate what you will find in your dream. That's when you know that you've tapped into a true dream and that you're actually picking up on the akasha, because the akasha, as I said in many of my lectures, is made of water, and water has memory. So
Mhm.
because you're all full of memory, we are mostly water.
Mhm.
Most of our cells carry memories even before we came back into our birth and came out of water. But what you have to remember is that in your mind, when you go to sleep, there's a practice that Don Juan, I don't know if you ever heard of Don Juan
Mm-mm.
and Carlos Castaneda.
And
Mm-hmm.
Carlos.
Carlos Castaneda. Read his books. Carlos Castaneda has a book called uh, Tales of Power,
Yes.
and also A Separate Reality and Journey to Ixtlan, uh, Ixthalan, I believe. Those are three powerful books. Also, A Yaqui Way of Knowledge. This is the start of Don Juan, I mean, of Carlos Castaneda's trip. He was a student at the University of California, and he went to study the Yaqui Indians' way of sorcery. And he gave a practice to Don Juan where he said, meditate on your palm and look at the palm for at least 4 or 5 minutes without anything. Everything should just go blur. And that palm, with all the lines and everything, study it as if you were studying an intricate design. And what happens is you must do that maybe a few days in a row. But what
Mhm.
happens is if you could find your palm of your hand and be conscious of the palm of your hand in your dream, that means that you've broken free and you've honed all of the memories that would be superfluous. You've honed that. Now
Okay.
you're in control. Now you know that your dreams and whatever you see in those dreams are because you are taking that walk in the dream.
Okay. Like a lucid dream or
Right.
like.
Well, it's not really lucid. Lucid dreaming means that you're aware of your surroundings. You're not going to be aware of your surroundings. You're going to be in a fourth dimensional space at
Mm.
this particular time. I've
Okay.
done it many times before, and a lot of people wonder how it is I would predict certain situations. Well, all you have to do after you've learned to find your hand is that you could just study a circumstance, and then that circumstance is already indelibly etched because you've got pictures of it, you've got people talking about it on the news. It's already in the atmosphere as a memory program. It's an engram at that time. And
Yeah.
you're able to access that particular water with your water. It's becoming more and more precipitous. In other words, you have to go into a place of precipitation in order for you to go into a space of condensation, if you understand what I mean. The
Yeah.
precipitation is like when water leaves the earth and becomes clouds
Mhm.
because it's water vapor. Well, you have to leave your body in that manner. You have to leave yourself in that precipitation mode while your body is there. And once you've learned to do that, there's an umbilical that attaches you out of the frontilicus frontis. There's an umbilical that keeps you connected to your body.
Mhm.
But be careful because the place you go to may be so beautiful, you may not want to come back.
Wow, wow. Hey, Danny, we gotta go, but I appreciate the question, Danny.
Yeah.
All right, peace,
I-
peace. Let's try to get Tomio. Are you there yet, Tomio?
Peace, peace. Can you hear me?
Yes, I hear you now, brother. What's going on?
Okay, okay. Big fan of both of y'all. Big fan.
Thank you.
So, okay, can y'all go into detail more about the holographic principle in physics, and how does it connect to the whole one consciousness that we're in, like the giant hologram that we're supposedly in, right? Like, does it change the way we see our mind and body working together? Like, can y'all just elaborate on that?
Well, the brain is operating in the holographic and the hologrammic matrix. There's a difference between the hologram and the holograph. You have to understand that one is more tangible than the other. The hologram itself is just the Merkaba energy that essentially surrounds everything and keeps everything unified. Okay, but the holograph is what you write into that hologram.
Mm.
Do you see what I mean? Because
Right.
your mind, your own consciousness can see it from perspective, and someone else sees it from another perspective. It's what we bring to that that threshes it out. So we have to be very careful what we write into our reality so that it does not reflect back into the gram. In other words, if you understand what I mean, the gram itself is a model for us to actually write our own destinies in. And we have this tendency, because of education and because of religification, that we have this cementing of a reality that keeps us bound. So we graphically keep ourselves bound. And isn't that what they do with the writing of the law? Isn't the law nothing more than graphics? Indeed. Well, the graphics begin with what we articulate in our minds, and then we put it into fruition, we put it into movement. So, what do you want to do with that space? Is inner space first before it's outer space. So, what is your inner space like? Have you investigated that? Have you done an inventory on everything that you think about, everything you're motivated about? What are your addictions? What are your hungers? What is it that motivates? These are some of the things that tell you how your holograph is working within the hologram.
Hey, thanks for the question, brother. That was a powerful breakdown, Doc. Thank you, Tomio.
Sir,
All
peace.
right, all right, peace, peace. All right, let's get to the next caller, Mayor. Mayor, are you there?
Yeah.
Hey,
Hi, Dr. Valentine.
hello, hello.
Um, I have a question, and I was wondering, I've been thinking about this a lot, like, what would I be when I grow up and stuff? And my message was, what is the message for me in in the youth for the future?
So, where are you now? What is your main? What is your occupation? What occupies your time?
It's this lady and his husband named Dr. Alim and Kadira.
Yes.
I went to them and she showed me how to do braces and stuff, and I made one. And I like that, so I think I might do that, but I don't think I'll do that for the long run. Maybe a side thing or something, but I don't know.
What again? As I said, what makes you happy when you do it?
Um,
What brings you
I don't
joy?
know, but I like art. I like art, like portraits and
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah. You're young right now. You're in your infant stage. You're in your trial and error stage. Don't be afraid to do any and everything at this particular time. Find yourself in the mess that's around you. See what it is that brings calm to you, what brings peace to you, what it is that takes you back into yourself. And then after you've stepped away from it for a moment, you smile and you say, I did that. Nobody else has to be around. You don't have to prove anything to anyone except to yourself.
I
So,
was learning. I've been learning numbers and stuff, but I don't know mines. I've been seeing these numbers a lot. It's 11, 1, 10. That's the number I was born on, and I kept on seeing those numbers like 11, 11. So it's 1,
uh,
11, 1, 10.
wow. You know what? Brother King Simon and Brother Lois Treon would have a field day with you. 11 is my master number. So I've said that if you're dealing in 11, that means you're dealing in Scorpio energy.
Yeah, I'm a Scorpio.
Yeah. So if you're dealing with Scorpion energy, you have to be careful. Your main thing is that you end up stinging yourself.
I have been.
Yeah. So you have to worry. Don't worry about anything. Just watch your actions because they have consequences. Think before you speak, think before you act, and always know that and you're very pretty, so that also is going to be working against you, not just based on the men, but the women that are around you. So be very careful about that as well.
Doc, Dr. Valentine, what did you have to say the last time I was on here? Because it was buffering.
I said you have to be mindful because you're pretty and you're
No,
beautiful.
no, no. The last time we were on the live together, it was buffering out and stuff. And when I watched it again, it did not say nothing that you said.
What was that? I don't remember. Oh,
The
you
number,
were,
my age.
oh, when you were young. Oh,
Yeah,
are
it
you
cut all of
the
that out.
little sister? You're the little sister that was there. You look older.
Yeah,
Goodness. Okay, I know who you are now. Yes. I don't remember, but I was just saying to you that you had to make sure. I think I heard it, but if I do hear it again, because I don't remember what show that was, uh, Brother Rich, I heard what it is. I remember hearing what I said because somebody cut and pasted it and showed it to me that I said this to you back then. I don't know whether you didn't hear it. If you didn't hear it, I'll see if I can get it again. Send it to.
yeah. My dad told me about it, and he said that it cut all of it out.
Mm.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh,
Yeah, I
wow.
gotta check. I'm not sure. I
I
gotta go
forgot what
check.
it is I said. I say it because Spirit hits me with what I need to say at the moment.
Yeah,
But I am
yeah.
telling you to listen to yourself. I'm saying to you, be mindful of the people around you, but be mindful of you doing things to inflict situations upon yourself. And be always ready to take accountability. And you think before you act, think before you speak. And like I said, you can become a great teacher. And like I said,
I
just
think
be,
that's what I might be
oh,
because
okay.
I like children.
Okay, then that's what I'm saying to you. You have to be very mindful of what you do. Dance is very important. You should
Mm.
definitely dance because you have energy that you need to disperse. You also have to deal with
Yeah,
also honing a skill like knitting or using the weave because that's going to give you concentration. Dancing will offlet steam, but the meditative actions is what you're going to be dealing with. Ah, that's interesting. Thank you. You're born on the same day as Michael Jai White, that great brother who deals with martial arts.
Mhm.
yeah.
Okay, so you have that as well. Dancing would be your martial arts.
Mm. Powerful,
Okay.
powerful
I did
advice.
dance when I was
Yeah.
younger.
Oh no, look at when I was younger. Look at you.
Okay, like when I was 6,
Okay, well now,
12 years ago. I mean,
okay,
6 years ago.
okay. So start dancing again and
Yeah.
getting to that. That'll give you the chance to hone and pick up something that deals with your hands and concentration. You'll see what I mean when you do.
Yeah.
Mm.
Thank you.
You're
Thank you for the call, man. All right.
welcome.
Mari, by the way.
Mari, I'm
Mari.
sorry, Mari. Okay.
Sorry.
Bye.
All right, peace, peace, Mari. Shout out to that young sister right there. Let's
I think I remember what it is I said to her, but I did hear it on one of your repeats because somebody told me they cut that piece and sent it to me.
yeah, I don't know what happened to that. I gotta go check it out on my end.
Yeah, me too.
Let's get to
This
this brother
brother
here,
here,
Bar
Bar
Heavy
Heavy
J.
J. Hello. Thanks for having us, Dr. Phil. I mean, Dr. Valentine and
Look at that.
Rick.
Who is that person sitting there?
This is Mac. And
Hello. Look at that face. Boy, you could not deny that to the judge. You could not deny that to the judge.
uh, she has a question that she would like to ask if y'all would be gracious enough to answer her and, try to help her along with it, please.
Okay.
Okay. How do you do shadow work?
Ooh,
Ooh,
all
all
in a
in a
short
short
set of
set of
words.
words.
Well, the
Well, the
first
first
thing you have to know is
thing
that
that
three
she
layers.
knows.
I think I'm hearing a feedback. Okay. There
I,
are
I
three.
had to mute his mic, but go ahead, yeah.
Okay. There are three layers to us. There's the conscious mind, there's the subconscious mind, and the unconscious mind. The unconscious mind is where the shadow is. Okay. Now, the only way you can actually get to your shadow is if the light is on in the conscious mind. And the conscious mind has to be empty of all kinds of hate and anger and all types of,
Mm,
okay? Because at that time now the light shines through when the conscious mind is clear and guiltless and doesn't feel any kind of way. I hate this person. I don't like this person. Once that happens, the light shines on the subconscious. And that part of the subconscious that feeds the light begins to cast the shadow into the unconscious. So once you understand those three layers, now you have to study the conscious mind and what that means, study the subconscious mind, see what that means, and then understand how the unconscious works as well. So I can't get deeper into that, but if you were to study those three layers of how the mind works, then you'll be right at the door, knocking on the door on the secrets of the shadow world.
Indeed.
See,
Hey,
Thank
thank you
you.
so much for the question.
thank you.
All right,
Thank you.
peace, family. All right, that was wonderful. That was wonderful. All right, let's get to the next question. Let's see if Reese Jordan, you ready yet, man? What's going on, brother?
Yo, I'm so glad. How you guys doing? Hi, Dr. Valentine. I'm sorry,
We're
All
Ricky.
good.
right.
We're good.
I was hoping I get through, man. I have this thing going on with me. It's so amazing. I play a lot of tennis. I played a lot of tennis and golf. I used to be a basketball player, but I took up tennis and
We
golf. So
can't
one
hear
day,
you that good, brother. We can't hear you that good.
Come
so one
straight up.
day when I, you hear me?
Yeah,
Yes,
now.
yes,
Okay. So one day when I got in the car after playing tennis and golf, I couldn't barely put my hands together. Like, see how they're moving? So I
yeah.
just kept playing. I just kept playing with this energy for a couple of days, and I looked it up, and it said that I had opened my hand chakras, and then I was in the beginning stages of being a healer, and I can do all these things. You should see how my body moves. I'm like, whoa,
This dude here.
yo, I can walk in slow motion. It's like crazy. What?
Only here, brother Rick. Only
Brother, I
here.
wasn't ready for you, man.
I know.
I wasn't ready.
Yo, so
I love it.
it's
I love
it's
it. I
amazing.
love
It's amazing about our. To hear Dr. Valentine talk about our hands, it was amazing because you have a spot in your hand that's been dead your whole life.
Mhm.
And when
Well, what I would say to you is that if you are a worker with your hands, as you say you are, then you've put all the energy into that area. And not only are you now generating energy that comes to you so that you can operate through your breath, but what you've done is you've kinetically caused so much energy to come into the hands in order to be proficient at golf and tennis and to concentrate. This is where your concentration is. Your concentration
yes,
is
and
on making sure you have control. And that's
it's
what it
like
is.
this.
So when you have too much
Sorry.
energy in that area, what happens is that there's this resistance you set up to yourself. And this becomes something like, okay, what am I going to do with this? What I would suggest you do is that, in other words, you know how you, when you wash your hands and you do
Yeah,
this, yeah,
yeah,
that's the first thing you have to do. You have to kind of shake it loose because it's starting at the elbow. This is where, you ever see a funny bone? You ever hit your funny bone?
yeah.
Mhm.
And that's the most painful part of it there,
And
because
connect.
that's where a lot of energy is accumulated. There's a lot of nerve endings in this area.
I was doing
Okay.
this while you were. I was doing this while you were talking to display that when words are being
Yeah,
spoken, if I use my index finger, it actually displays what I'm saying. I was like,
yeah,
wow, you should see me do music or whatever. It's because I play the drums too, so it kind of helped me. But
yeah.
I can dance like Michael Jackson. I can spin around going to Michael Jackson and going to Chris Brown. So I'm like, how am I doing all these things? And I
Put
thought
your hands
about it
together
because
like
we're
that.
all one.
Put your fingers like this together. Now, boom, all fingers together. Press them against the palm like this. No, like this. Yeah.
Okay.
Make sure that all your fingertips are pressing directly to there. Now,
Okay.
as you're feeling that, as you're feeling that, all of a sudden you will see that you're transferring energy back and forth, and it
Right.
becomes a flat surface.
Right. It's like the
All right.
blood flow. It's like the blood's flowing through my veins, Dr. Valentine.
Right. Yeah. And you begin to start feeling the resistance at this particular time. Now, what I would suggest to you,
Hmm.
I want you to get a book of mudras. Do you hear what I said?
Yes, I know
Mudra.
exactly what you're saying.
Mudras. There's
It's like I
certain
can't even
mudras. Yeah, there's certain mudras
watch this.
that channel energies
Brother,
all.
you're not listening, brother. You're not
I'm
listening,
sorry,
brother.
because
Come on.
I think he should ask me questions because like I can't even read. Brother Yusuf told me to get this book, so when I
All right.
try to open it, it doesn't let
Okay,
me.
brother,
So when
listen. Calm down, brother. I
Get the
appreciate
book
your
on
question.
mudras.
Get the mudras.
Mudras, brother.
Relax yourself, brother. I appreciate the call. I appreciate the demonstration, brother. Okay.
Yeah.
We gonna get
It,
to the next
I'm
caller,
sorry, because
okay, brother?
because I've been doing this so long, and I've been turning people's hands on, and they feel it. As soon as you rub your hands and you put them together and you breathe and you open it, you can feel your body turn on. It's
Indeed.
like you can feel it. As soon as you go like this, you can feel it. When I say free, see how my finger shot up? Free.
Yeah.
If I
All
say a
right.
doctor, if I say doctor, it goes up 3 times like that. And so
Brother,
I
I,
flick it
I
out like,
appreciate you calling. Do you hear me, brother?
nope, okay, Rich.
you got to
Thank
get
you, thank you,
energy.
brother.
Like I said, get the book on mudras so that
Okay.
you can channel the energy more perfectly.
Okay, brother.
All
Yeah.
love.
All right, peace,
Thank you,
brother.
man.
Love.
Yes, yes, sir. All right. Reese was full of energy. All right. Shout that brother right there. Let's keep it moving. We at the 1 hour 15 mark, Doc. You want
Yeah.
to end it? You want to go a little longer? What you want to do, Doc?
A couple of more questions, and then we can. I can
Okay.
get back to getting ready for
Uh,
this hurricane.
I know that last caller took a lot out of you, huh? Boy.
No, it put a lot into me.
Oh man. All right, let's get to the next caller. Ben Kamuda. Ben Kamuda.
Peace. Peace,
Yes.
family. Can you hear me?
Yes,
This boy
sir. Peace,
coming out
brother.
with the Christ energy. I love it.
Oh,
Indeed.
wow. I'm calling from South Africa, actually. So I'm calling
Dope.
from a while away.
Dope.
Oh, okay.
Yes, sir. So, just maybe to give some context. So, there's a big renaissance on the continent right now in Black consciousness and
Oh
learning
yeah.
our history. And I feel like we're a few years behind you guys. So, this is like a really, like, we're online, like me and my friends, we study your lectures, Dr. Phil, and we study Farrakhan. And I mean, where you guys were 20 years ago, that's where we are now in terms of
Mm.
the youth.
Mm.
So it's a really powerful time, and I want to go into philosophy, and I'm trying to sort of turn African mysticism into a school of thought. But I have two questions. Am I only allowed to ask one?
One brother, because he's only here 10 more minutes. One question, brother.
Okay. Well, the question that I've really always wanted to ask you is, you said that the red, black, and green flag was used in Kemet. I don't know if you remember saying that a few years ago.
It was a while
Um,
back. It was energy. It had to do with different forms of energy. What it really meant. It was a way that the shock. The black was the hot. It was the top chakra. The red and
mm,
the green actually was the snake. The red was the Nibonika fire, and the green is the heart chakra where the soul actually sits.
mm.
So
Is there a book on that? I haven't even got to
no,
ask my question, but
no, this is like I said. This is some. I have read books that are in libraries right now that nobody knows about, and
Mm.
it's a darn shame because I wish I could have stolen them. You know,
Mm.
I really I would have just stolen them if I wasn't so ethical at what I did. But I read stuff that hasn't really been tapped into. What well, most likely the AI already has it, but you could look it
mm,
up. Go digging because the AI is ready to answer you. The thing is, you have to be worried about AI because they're taking the place of spirit. That's the next AI is to take the place of your journey through fourth dimension to the fifth. That's
mm,
what they put the AI up there to block you. That's the toll booth to the fifth dimension.
Mm.
Stop you. But
mm,
I would say that I'm very happy because I've been paying attention to South Africa with my boy Julius Malema. I like
mm.
what he's speaking about in certain terms and what he wants to do. I just don't like him doing it through the Communist Manifesto,
Agreed.
and because most of these isms are nothing more than all of what we did in our ancient times, because Marx, Engels, and all of them studied the indigenous peoples of the Americas and how they lived. And then they went over
Mm,
to different parts of Africa to see how they lived and created socialism and Marxism and all of that type of stuff. But I would say that you and the youth that's down there, you're tomorrow. You are the tomorrow for them. So I would suggest you sequester yourselves, like I did when I did the Metaphysical Underground. A lot of people were saying, "Well, why didn't you come out?" And I said, "No, because the people who are planning our downfall work in secret. So we can't be out there constantly doing all this. I mean, I'm out there now, and but right now you have to gather your people together and study deep, study long, and study hard. Because as a young man, you haven't really reached your peak yet.
mm,
Understand?
mm,
You don't really reach your peak and get into the wisdom teaching until you're in your 50s, going in your 60s. Right now, you're honing your skills. Get all the information, but apply the information and make sure the information comes out of a stagnant mode that turns it into a swamp of knowledge and make it flow like a river. And to do that, you have to apply what the information tells you and then actually work that magic the way that Kensanu actually created man out of the clay. You have to
mm.
work that information into knowledge and that knowledge into wisdom and that wisdom into enlightenment.
Yes, sir. Thank you
Okay?
so much, Dr. Phil. I wish, I sorry, Brother Rich, I didn't even get to ask my question. May I
Good,
ask
good,
my
good,
question?
good, good, brother.
Okay.
Good. Yeah.
Yes, sir. So I've been studying a lot, from Parmenides to Rudolf Steiner to your lectures to
Yeah.
I've gone down a lot of rabbit holes, and I'm noticing that there's two civilizations on the rise, because I see Pan Africanism as a civilization concept,
Yeah.
and I see us as Aboriginal people who are building something on this continent. But at the same time, I see the rise of an Aboriginal civilization in America,
Yes.
what Dr. Clyde Winters calls the Amaru Shi,
Yeah.
or the and so
Amodik. The Amodik. Mm-hmm.
yes, Amurik. And
Mm-hmm.
so I'm trying to create a synthesis, because I'm noticing in the diaspora that there's this confusion. Are we Aboriginal? Are we African? There's a lot of division online. And so
What did
I'm
I
trying to
say?
create this.
What did I
Mhm.
say in Brother Tariq Nasheed's work? I say the deeper
The,
the white man digs for
the
evidence of
blacker.
the blacker the planet gets.
Yes,
Remember,
sir.
remember, you're not on a globe. Start there. You're on a flatted plane that is infinite. And what is happening right now is that we are in this little bubble under this particular dome that is actually created for us to work out our shit. Excuse my expression. So what you have to do is from this particular point forward, every place you are, I don't care if it's in Alaska, I don't care if it's down there in Azania where you are, I don't care. Everywhere that is indigenous, you work. You are the
Mm,
beginning, the Alpha and the Omega, and the Omega will rise again because the Alpha right now has descended into hell. We have offshoots of things and people, and the worst of the worst has to thresh. That's what a disease does. If you're doing natural healing, a disease must come to the surface before you know what time it is, what's going on. And right now, you're in the middle of an infestation, my young brother. All right,
yes, sir.
you're in a pandemic, if you want
Mm,
to look at it,
yes,
that
sir.
attacks the mind first before it attacks the body. So you're talking to the right one, Steiner, Schopenhauer. You want to go to Jung, study how they think, study Jung, study these people who you know are the ones who shaped the white mind, and then you know your
Right. Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you
Thank
so
you for the
much.
question, Ben. All right. Appreciate the call. All right.
Peace.
Peace, brother. All right. Yeah, really appreciate that call. Let's hurry up, keep it moving. Let's get to ascending infinite
Hello.
goddess. Peace.
hello.
Hi, brothers. Hi, God. Hi, Baba Valentine. How are you?
I'm fine. Look at that smile. You.
Thank you. So, my question is I have a son who's autistic. He's 15. He'll be 16 in February.
Okay.
And he was fine up until he went to his 1 year checkup and they gave him the mandatory things that we've now exempted from. We haven't given him anything else from there, but he's regressed and is now nonverbal. But on the pathway of holographic consciousness, I've connected with him in dreams, my husband as well, um, and seen him working on a different plane, and his behavior leads us to believe that the there's certain synapses in his brain that's firing, that's causing him to be in a different dimension why he's not here with us.
Okay.
So any my question to you, and I hope my signal's okay. We're in Florida too. We're
Okay.
sitting outside looking at this
Right.
hurricane. So I
Right.
hope you can hear me.
Uh-huh.
Okay. So my question is for you, for those that are considered on the spectrum, right?
Right.
Autistic, ADHD, or anything like that, who may be fragmented.
Yes.
What would your advice be for those who are in their life?
Okay. Let me, if you don't mind, Could you give me your email? And
It's
I'm going to send you uh, my the countermeasures to the thing that they gave
okay.
to
Okay.
me.
And it's ascending infinite goddess at Gmail. So
ASCENDINGINFINITEGODDESS
yes,
dot
sir.
at
Gmail.
Gmail. Okay, I'm going to send you the countermeasures that I send to people who have been afflicted with that attack. What you're going to do now is you're going to go to say um, Whole Foods, or if you have a place where they sell, so-called health foods,
Yes, yes,
go to the refrigerator section where they have the high potency probiotics.
yes.
Okay,
We
and
give
you give him 150 billion.
okay.
You want to step it up to
Okay, yeah. We're not giving him enough. So okay.
yeah.
Okay.
And what you want to do is make sure. I better it's best that you call me. Just go to 800, my 800 number, 800
Uh-huh.
847
Uh-huh.
1291,
Okay.
and just leave your information there, and I will call you when my uh, my assistant, my administrative assistant, she picks up my messages. Uh, Sometimes she waits for about 3 or 4 days before it happens, but I would suggest to you definitely that first of all, the child's nutrition, that
Mm-hmm.
he needs to get double and triple doses of the Juice Plus, because that feeds the DNA. That's number
He
one.
takes it.
Yeah,
I order and they send me a free one because he's a child. So he
right.
does take it.
But you're gonna have to triple up on it. You're gonna have
Okay.
to triple up and give him adult doses, because
Okay.
his circumstance right now, he's fighting from another realm.
Yeah.
Okay, and he wants to come back, but it's not what it is that's not getting through. You have to understand that it's everything is getting through.
Yeah.
He has no filter,
Yeah. Yeah.
and that's why he seems to what do you call it. So what happens right now? It's not that he has no control over the ability to, like you and I would block out something, like if there's some kind of irritative noise and you're doing something, you could do that. He can't. So we have to be able to get to the part of his brain, the
Hmm.
frontal lobe, that has the ability to discern what he wants to pay attention to and what he can't, and what he doesn't want to pay attention to. So the first thing you know is, of course, is that any autism, and whatever the spectrum, it's in the bowels. It's
The
in
gut.
the
Yep.
bowels. It
Yep.
is not in the brain, because that's the incidental. The poisons have located themselves within the lining, into the lumen of the stomach, and inside of the intestines. So that's where you have to address that particular area. That area is very important when it comes to that. And we've seen people who are on the spectrum who are dealing with Juice Plus. We can't say anything about healing. We can't talk
Right.
about healing, but we've seen remarkable changes in children's attention span who are on the spectrum.
Okay.
Okay, you have to double and triple up on it. I'm not saying that as a sales pitch or anything like that. We've seen what the work has done. So we're telling you what we know works.
Good.
Okay,
Thank you.
Hey, thanks for the call, Sending
I
Infinite.
appreciate you.
All right,
Yes.
all right, peace,
take
peace.
care.
Yeah, I'm glad you was able to help that sister, Doc. She's a regular. She calls up, real big supporter. So
Great.
definitely we're gonna take a what one we're gonna do one more.
One more is
Yeah, we're
good.
gonna do one more, then we're gonna get out of here. Let's uh let's get the Prince. Prince, what's happening?
Ah,
Cool, excellent. Hey, how you guys doing?
All
good.
right.
How are you?
Wonderful. I'm doing wonderful. All right. So basically, I have three incidents, and it all has to do with basically gold, basically, but it all has to do with the same thing, basically.
Okay.
So all three of these incidents all happened at night. Um, the first time it basically happened was I was basically just at my windowsill by myself, and I felt like something just whispered to me, but it wasn't words, just something spoke to me. It made me want to just sit straight up with my back straight up like this, and then a golden light came up my spine up to here, right? And then I saw three golden wheels happen
Ah,
right there,
okay.
right? So as I saw that, I saw another image. Is basically like imagine a shovel. One end is the handle, and on the other hand, at the other end, you know the where you pick up the dirt at. Imagine a hand is on that end of the shovel, right? So then another incident happened to where I'm a singer. I do music as well. So I'm basically at my windowsill again. Again, this happened during a full moon. I was basically, you know, you have your inner voice. You sing to yourself. You're practicing a song, whatever. I'm practicing an original song to myself, and then I basically saw this like golden castle, and then a snake crawling up the golden castle to the top of it. So that incident happened too. And then I had a dream where basically I saw this gigantic, you know, in Power Rangers, they have those Megazords. All right, so imagine a gigantic Megazord, but it's complete, and you're in complete darkness of the space, but it's all gold, shining bright in like space or whatever.
Have you do you listen to music as well?
Yeah, my whole family does music. Yeah.
Okay. Um, there are certain songs that trigger Kundalini energy,
Okay.
and when you listen to them, they have a tendency to either excite and ignite or to sedate. So I would start with certain songs by Mozart, and I'm telling you, as a musician myself, once being a musician and singer myself, there are certain tones and octaves that trigger that snake that you were talking about. It's called the Nibanika fire, which is the so-called Kundalini energy. That energy, essentially, especially in a young man, is sexual energy turned to creative energy. And when you see gold, that gold essentially is a destination. Gold, when you're dealing with gold, you're dealing with destinations because that's the epitome. That's the pinnacle. That's light, and it's very masculine. So there are certain things that you need to do that's physical. First of all, you need to either press weights or you need to do isometrics. You need to do something physically concentrating on yourself, your physical, because that spiritual part of you is more active than the physical, and the physical is going to need to be strong in order to get what you're getting. And you need to be definitely writing down what it is this is happening. You have to get yourself a book or some kind of ledger, and every time you have one of those epitome moment or epiphany moments, write down what you felt, and that becomes the music that your spirit and your soul is trying to teach you from within. Okay, because it comes out as a puzzle, and what you're looking at is a puzzle, and the spirit is trying to speak to you in the form of symbols, and you're supposed to articulate it in the form of words so that you can have that connection between you and your soul, you and your spirit. That's the part of you. That's the ancestor genetics speaking to you. Very few people have that particular ability to speak to
Gotcha.
their ancestors directly from their genetics. You're getting it in the form of symbols. If you're getting it in the form of symbols, write down what those symbols mean, and you become more and more. And you wouldn't have to write after a while. You'll find a whole book when you go back. You'll see, wow, it becomes like a movement, in your development. And after a while, you put the book aside and you become one with that thing that you see. And it's no longer going to come out as golden visions and so forth because you become what it is that message was trying to get you to see and become. You see what I mean?
So not observe it, but become the message. Not just
Become
observe the
the
message.
message and the observer, because what it is your observer is just looking at a puzzle that's displaced at this time. Okay, and the observer is trying to become the nexus through which to filter that message to you. And your message, your observer is good because it's picking up all the little hints that's coming at you. But write down those hints because you can't actually